you're moving down to the coast or you're thinking about moving down to the coast, we've got 3 neighborhoods to show you: Omega Bay, Bayou Vista, and Tiki Island, that you can figure out if it fits your budget, if it's your vibe. Stay tuned to the very end and we'll share with you the pros and cons of water living that you don't want to miss. Let's get after it right now. If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living life in Houston, Texas, the good and the bad, the pros and the cons, and the yang, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about living life in Houston, Texas. My name is Joseph Diasana. My partner, Carrie Josephson, and our team of agents get calls every day from people just like you looking for living life in Houston, Texas. We absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 10 days or 100 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. I will be glad to help make your move smooth to Houston, Texas. Until then, have a good day, sunshine. We'll see you around the Bayou City. So one thing I like about this particular community, it is well manicured. You can tell from the streets. It has sidewalks, it has a shoulder. There's lots of palm trees. I think it's a requirement in the homeowners association and subdivision rules that you must have palm trees on property. This particular community does a lot of activities. They've got a great community here, and they really do a lot of activities throughout the year. Some of these homes are super large and ginormous. The property that we're going to go see today is $1.3 million. It's 3-bedroom, 3-bath, right? So it should have an ensuite bath, and it is 3,000 square foot, 6,800 square foot of a lot. So my expectations is really big. As you can see, I've been driving for a little bit, which tells you this community is fairly large. It takes a little bit to get in, a little bit to get out. So depending on the part or depending on the section that you're in the very back, it can be it'll take a while to get to the main road and head back to Houston. But if you're on the island, if you're doing island living, why the heck would you go back? I don't know. So values in Tiki Island from 2015 started around $215 a square foot, and it's $375 a square foot. So really nice. And it's very pretty. And it is almost 4 stories. So it's not uncommon because the house is on stilts on the outside to enclose it. And sometimes they include that in the square footage, and that is not necessarily allowed. So this looks like it's an unfinished room. It's a kind of interesting storage area. Things like that. This should be the garage, yeah?
There's one on each side.
And here's my friend Ed. We're checking things out. He's helping me accompany me. This is interesting.
Yep.
Never had a circular stair to go to the Azure main entrance. So, welcome to the Galveston, to the beach. Everything is quite unusual. Always have to have a deck. That is a definite must.
This upstairs is nice.
Oh, it's very nice. So this is that deck that's made out of the composite material. Probably Trex, but I'm not sure. With the wood railing, it's definitely wood. And here's a beautiful canal view. This is why people come down here to retire, have a second home, or they actually live. Just like my friend. He retired and now he's kind of hanging out. All right.
This is what I like about this one is I don't have the storm windows, so you can't really see. So this one is a storm window.
The disadvantage of this, just so you know, there's no break. So if the storm comes through the bay, through West Bay, you're gonna get hammered.
Yeah.
You know, if you're an interior lot, then that's really nice. But that's a problem, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all, I guess you can call it island living or water living.
You can tell the quality is not there.
Yep. Not for the amount that you're gonna pay for. I mean, they're asking $635, and I think they're charging the premium of the location. That's why they're doing
You're
this.
paying for location.
For sure.
That's it.
And what's also interesting, yeah, of course, what I don't understand is if you should have a bathroom for every room that you have. So if you have a 3-bedroom, there should be one bathroom for every room, and they don't do that. This is a second bathroom shared. So it's not an ensuite bathroom.
Yeah, it's like my house. We only have 2 bathrooms.
For sure. So there's some special tips when buying. Tip number 1, make sure you get a bathroom for every bedroom, an ensuite. And also location in the community can be important, depending upon if your wind or the weather is broken up by other streets and other homes. It'd be better than having a straight on attack by the weather. What's that? They have an elevator in-house.
In-house elevator.
Okay, cool.
That's better. That's nice. That's a good thing. But it doesn't look like it's in good shape. But
Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, I think we're done with this one. right, we are now at Bayou Bistro and Bar, which is actually nestled really close to Bayou Vista or New Bayou Vista. You just saw a lot of the houses on the canals, and then Omega Bay is behind me, and I'm sitting outside. It's super loud inside. It's a Friday night, and everybody comes over here and hangs out. It's really, really fun. There are a lot of locals here, and the owner, Dee, her husband and her own the place. Her late husband passed. Dee actually lives in Omega Bay, and a real good friend of mine who actually bought in Omega Bay, they just started walking their dog, and they met. And so, anyways, Dee owns a place, and it's a great mixture. They have great pizza. I had a chicken piccata the other day. The chef changed it up and did boudin egg rolls. So there's a little variety. So it's kind of down home cooking and Cajun and kind of a mix of different things. So really good. So we are now to the best kept secret, or the pros and cons, which you were waiting to hear. So the pros and cons of living on a waterfront area. Let's just kind of talk about it. I'm going to give you, there's several, but I'm going to give you about 5 each, pros and the cons. First of all, the views are super stunning. Depending upon where you live, you can walk out every day. I mean, there's something about water that's life-giving and energetically great. So definitely the views are stunning. The lifestyle here, they call it island time, so things kind of slow down a lot. In fact, when I come down here, A, it feels like a road trip, and B, my energy just level changes, and so I really enjoy that. Definitely the third thing is it's ideal for boating and fishing, water sports enthusiasts. So if you are a boater or have a boat, or you like to fish, it's super awesome. And the fourth one, the community is really close knit. It's super small. Everybody knows everybody, so that's great. And number 5, which is why most people come here, it's peaceful and it's super quiet. And when you come here, I know that my clients, when they opened up their door, they actually moved here. This is not a second home for them. There's a lot of people who come in from Dallas to vacation, or they'll buy it, and this is kind of their weekend place and stuff like that. That's what they want, peace and quiet. So those are the 5 pros. 5 cons, it's limited shopping and dining. So a place like Bayou Bistro, there's probably like 2 or 3 places out here. The rest you have to kind of drive in, or you have to go over the causeway, over the bridge to go to Galveston Island to eat. And the restaurants there, they're kind of limited as well. Number 2, risk of flooding. You know, if you live by the river or live by the water, at some point it'll overflow. And we're in Hurricane Alley. We have hurricane season every year, so there's always a risk of flooding. So make sure you get your insurance and you have a game plan. 3, property costs. Property costs can be high because of 2 reasons. 1, ongoing cost of insurance, so flood insurance, as well as a windstorm. Because we're a coastal county, it's going to be a limited medical facilities. So facilities here, you have to go quite a distance if you want to have treatment. Of course, there's emergency clinics here, and there is a hospital, Galveston Hospital on the island. But if it's a very unique surgery or procedure, you're going to have to go to the Texas Medical Center, which is about an hour and hour 15 minutes inland from where we're at. And then number 5, commute times. Commute times are very long. Consider it a day trip. You're going to have to do it. So those are the things that you have to consider when moving here or purchasing here or having this as a second home. But you know what? I wish I had the money for it, because I definitely would buy something down here for sure. All right, now for the differences. What are the differences with Tiki Island, Bayou Vista, and Omega Bay? So Tiki Island is it's off a small peninsula. It is known in this area as to be super bougie. So when you saw some of the video, you can see the roads are really well kept. They're nice. The views, it has 2 views. It has one of the bay, and the Gulf. So it has both of them. So that's super, super nice. And it's small. It's much smaller and more exclusive just because of the price. You can see from the construction, and when you see some of the aerials that we have, you can see it's amazing, amazing construction, really solid. The boat docks, the lifts, the elevators, they're all at the higher end. So Bayou Vista, it's nestled closer to the mainland than Tiki, so it's easier access by 10 minutes. And okay, well that's true. So if you're inside Tiki Island, you have to take another 5 or 10 minutes just to get out, to get onto the freeway, to go to the mainland. The canals in Bayou Vista are both fresh water and salt water, because that water is starting to mix with the Gulf, and then as it comes down from the Texas mainland. The community, they're more of a mix of year-round residents and seasonal visitors, so they have a stronger community and some local conveniences. So Omega Bay, which is right across the freeway on Highway 6, they do offer kind of the mix between luxury like a Tiki or accessibility. So they have a lot of docks and water access, and they also do have a close-knit feel with an active homeowner association and community events. But you know, mostly mainly residential. In fact, when I was driving around filming, there was a group of people Friday night. They brought all their muscle cars, and they're all out, and there are like 6 of them, and then like about 40 people just drinking beer on a Friday night at 7 o'clock. So kind of nice. Common traits between all three: they offer water related activities, obviously with beautiful views. They're prone to flooding, so keep that in mind. Make sure you get proper protection insurance wise, and accessibility to amenities like in the city, arts and things like that require a bit of a drive. So again, just to highlight, Tiki is more about luxury, exclusivity. What Bayou Vista is community-oriented and an accessible waterfront lifestyle, and Omega Bay is a middle ground that kind of mixes between the two. So, and there you have it, the comparison between Tiki Island, Bayou Vista, and Omega Bay. Hopefully that's helpful. Good day, sunshine.